Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to Cushman. We're excited to have you here today so that we could tell you a little bit about our monthly assemblies and for you to be able to get a sneak peek as to what our assemblies look like. So here at Cushman, every month we celebrate the role models in both our preschool and kindergarten classes through our whole school assembly. It takes place in the gymnasium. There is a lesson involved that goes along with our bucket filling theme. Our classrooms present either a lesson, a song, a dance, maybe even a poster for the whole school, as well as celebrating our role models. So little ones in both preschool and kindergarten come forward. We read about what they did all month, and we celebrate them by giving them a round of applause and sharing with the whole school and staff what they've done all month to be a bucket filler. So we are excited to have you here with us today so that you can see what our January role model assembly looks like. And this month's assembly is focused on being a peacemaker in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So not only are we going to celebrate role models, but we are going to talk about his message of peace. So I would like all of you to get a sneak peek as to what this celebration is going to look like. So come join me in taking a look at Ms. Lavin's class as they prepare for this big assembly here at Cushman. Come on, let's go.
Teaching peace all around, you and me, every city, every town. One by one in our work and our play, we are teaching peace for what we do and what we say. It's up to us to show we care, reaching out to everybody, everywhere, heart to heart and friend to friend, circling all around the world and back again. Teaching peace all the world around. You and me, every city, every town. One by one in our work and in our play, we are teaching peace for what we do and what we say. Take my hand and come along. It's time to sing the world a brand new song. So sing it loud and sing it clear, all together now so everyone can hear. Teaching peace all the world around. You and me, every city, every town. One by one in our work and in our play, we are teaching peace for what we do and what we say. We are teaching peace for what we do and what we say. Sound off! 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So take my hand and come along. It's time to sing the world a brand new song. So sing it loud and sing it clear, all together now so everyone can hear. Teaching peace all the world around. You and me, every city, every town. One by one in our work and in our play, we are teaching peace for what we do and what we say. We are teaching peace for what we do and what we say.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Kyle Granfield, the principal at the Quinn School. This morning we're excited to feature our 5th grade peer leaders. This is the 3rd year that Quinn has had the peer leader program that's led by our outreach workers, in particular Mrs. Tiffany Martin. The 5th grade peer leaders have a very rigorous process that they have to go through to become a peer leader. They have to get different signatures from teachers and students. They have to go through a group interview process, and what they're committing to is doing many different acts of kindness for the school as well as for the entire community. So currently what they're working on is the Great Kindness Challenge, the Super Bowl of Kindness and Caring, as well as today you will see that they're planning how they can get different donations to support various animal shelters around town, as well as Mrs. Golub, one of our teaching assistants at Quinn, will be coming in to talk to the students about kind of revamping our guest reader program, and she'll be asking for the support of our peer leaders to write different letters to all the different community partners that we have, and inviting them to come in and read stories to all students in the building in classrooms K to 5. So we're very excited about all of that, and I hope you enjoy today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Correa. I'm the assistant principal at the Joseph de Melo School here in Dartmouth, and I'm going to talk about some of the positive behavior reward programs that we have for our students here at de Melo School. So last year we decided that we needed to acknowledge the students who are making the right choices and doing all the right things. So we brought some new programs to the de Melo School. We brought in Leader of the Pack, which is a program that allows Mrs. Paveo and myself to travel to each classroom every Friday and select a role model student to be recognized throughout the building during the next week as the leader of the pack for their class. We also have brought in the Student of the Month program to de Melo, which has probably been our most successful initiative yet. Every month we ask classroom teachers to select one student who exemplifies our core values of being respectful, responsible, and safe. And we honor those students at an assembly during which we involve parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, as well as teachers and staff. Our teachers write beautiful narratives about their selected student of the month. We take their pictures and showcase them at the entrance of the building. We have gotten so much positive support from the teachers on this, and the feedback from the parents and the students has been over the top. So we are really thrilled to bring that program to our students. We also have monthly positive behavior assemblies, and during that time we invite our specialists, our PE and health teachers, art teachers, our specialists, our reading specialists and math specialists, to recognize the students that they work with who go above and beyond in those settings. We call those students' names out at the assembly, have them stand before the whole school to everyone's applause, and we celebrate them in that way. Our classrooms also can earn Caught Being Good coins throughout the building, and for those parents who have had students at de Melo School for years and years, the Caught Being Good coins are not new. However, we allow students to receive them throughout the building for their role model behavior, and they bring them back to their classrooms where a coin goal has been set. Once the class meets that coin goal, they get to determine what kind of reward they want. So we have had pajama day, stuffy day, extra recesses. We've had show and tells, anything that the kids can think of that they want to have as a reward for their good behavior outside of the classroom, they decide on as a class, and when they reach that goal, they get their reward immediately. And finally, we're continuing with our Fun Zone program that we have each trimester, which is a way for us to recognize the students who really go above and beyond in terms of being respectful, responsible, and safe. We ask that our students earn their way into the Fun Zone by earning Caught Being Good tickets on a daily basis from their classroom teachers. We set a number for student entrance into the Fun Zone, and we do things like Minute to Win It with each grade level Fun Zone class, or Dance Dance Revolution. Again, we are just so excited to bring all of these recognition programs to our students, and we feel like it's made a really positive impact in terms of the behavior that we're seeing in the building. So we'll keep it going.
Well, good afternoon. Today we're looking at Potter School's hallway of artwork. This month we're celebrating the work of Martin Luther King, and some photos were taken of the portraits that our students have made under the direction of Mrs. Beth Netto, our art teacher. She combined both quotes and discussion of other famous artists and how we wanted to depict the portraits of Martin Luther King. This is a wall of remembrance for our children. We do talk a lot about the struggles and kindness and all the things that he has overcome, as well as others have overcome in our time. At the top of each banner is a word, and then the painting of the banner goes along with each of those statements. So we have love, respect, kindness, heroic, diversity, legend, peace. It really gives our students an opportunity to reflect on his messages and their life and life that they have that we celebrate every day at Potter School.
Welcome to the Dartmouth Middle School. My name's Darren Doan, principal, and I'd like to introduce Mrs. Mitchell and Mrs. Hellstrom, who facilitate and supervise our garden club, along with two of our wonderful students. And I'd like to ask both of them to share a little bit about how this process got started and currently where we are in, as it pertains to some of these items that you see. So, Mrs. Mitchell?
Mrs. Mitchell, the ITS here. Mrs. Hellstrom and I had a few students come to us, which you're going to hear from in a few minutes, about starting up a garden club. So I asked Mrs. Hellstrom to join in and see where the students wanted to take this.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Hellstrom. I'm an 8th grade science teacher here at Dartmouth Middle School, and we'd like to showcase some of our projects that we have going for our garden club. We have, over to your right, a hydroponic tower, and you can see lots of green over there. I'm going to let our students explain that to you in a moment. Over here we have some flats of seedlings that we have growing in our greenhouse, and I'm also going to let them explain why we're growing what we're growing and who we're growing it for. So I'd like to introduce Sophie and Samara.
Hi, I'm Sophie, and I, once a week, most of the time, I come in and I do work on the tower. So in the tower, we have basil, which is those big stuff over here. And some of it's also really small because we just planted it, as well as lettuce. And here's Samara.
Hi, my name's Samara. And over here, this is sort of phase 1 of how they start off. This is lavender. And then we have kale over here. We eventually put it into the soil to let it grow farther. And then over here we have, this is lettuce. We have more lettuce over here. And then this is spinach. And we only grow these certain types of plants because it's cold and we can use it in the greenhouse. And we also grow this to provide for the cafeteria for lunches.
And if I could ask Mrs. Hellstrom as well, Mrs. Mitchell, just to kind of describe this device and how it works.
Okay, so this is our hydroponic tower, and we have a reservoir right here where we have water, and there's a pump. And that pump goes on, it's on a timer. Every 15 minutes it pumps water up the tower, and it kind of showers down, and it brings water and nutrients to the roots, which is why we can grow without soil for our hydroponic tower. Students check the pH of the water and the concentration of the minerals, and they take care of this on a regular basis to make sure that the plants are growing and healthy. This is our second phase of growing. We have harvested 10 bags of lettuce so far for our cafeteria, and we just started this fall. So this is our soilless growing system, which we call hydroponics, and it's a tower garden because you can tell it's a tower. So it has everything it needs here with the nutrients, the water, and the lights. And like our students said, we're growing kale, lettuce, and spinach in our greenhouse with soil, and we can only grow these cold-tolerant plants right now because our greenhouse isn't heated. It's passively heated by the sun. We have to cover these seedlings with row cover to try to keep them from freezing. We hope in the spring, when temperatures rise, to be able to grow tomatoes and peppers also for our salad bar here at school. Those types of vegetables need warmer temperatures, which is why we have to wait until the spring. Thank you.
And in conclusion, I'm just very grateful that Mrs. Hellstrom and Mrs. Mitchell, along with our students, really took on this initiative. We're very excited as to what they've accomplished, and we know that they're very enthusiastic, and they're looking forward to really building upon this program. So that being said, thank you for joining us at the middle school.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Galashaw. I'm the Director of Technology for the Dartmouth Public Schools. I want to just introduce you to the Dartmouth Public Schools Technology Department and tell you a little bit about ourselves. I came on board here in Dartmouth about 5.5 years ago. Since then, we've gotten a network person, a server and integration person for technical reasons, and technician, as well as there's a secretary and a data person within the department. And we'll take a look at those quickly. We take care of the day-to-day problems or issues that come up with technology, as well as the installation of new technologies. We have integration specialists located at the elementary schools and at the middle school that show teachers and students how to put technology into the curriculum. We also have some teachers that help us at schools, just to any small technology issues that might come up on a day-to-day basis. We're working on some major projects right now. We just did a new firewall installation over the Christmas break, and it should give us more control over our bandwidth, and the bandwidth is what brings our traffic to the internet. We also are doing a major one-to-one initiative. That means one computer for every student for grades 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Those students will take those computers home and use them at home to do their schoolwork, as well as use them in class. Many of the software packages and the use of computers is happening online, where textbooks are being provided as a subscription as opposed to a regular textbook. Let me give you an opportunity to meet some of those people. Take a look at my tech department. Here are some members of the tech department. First, I got Chris Branco.
Hi, I'm Chris Branco. I'm a technology integration technician. I help integrate a lot of the technologies for the faculty use. I also have a dual role in managing the mobile devices, the iPads, Chromebooks, and so forth. I also manage the servers, accounts, basically all the stuff that goes around in the background to get the computers onto the network. I'm not a network person, but things that are involved with servers and accounts, getting the devices to be able to give the appropriate access to the World Wide Web.
All right, and as we know, data is king. As anyone that's used data throughout our life, schools are no different. There's a lot of data involved, and that's why we have Hallie LaRock.
Hi, I'm Hallie LaRock, and I'm the data manager for the school district. And my job is to make sure that all of our systems are running properly for our students and our staff, as well as our parents and our community members. So that means making sure that teachers and staff have access to the data that they need to do their job, as well as helping parents and community members access student data, grades, attendance, and other information that'll help them at home as they work with their children. Another piece of my job is that I help with the communications management. So I manage the mobile app and the web page and communications, and making sure that we are using social media and we are keeping up with the times and making sure that our parents and our community are informed of what's happening in our school district.
The details and intricacies of a tech department are vast, and we would not be able to keep this place together if it weren't for the technology secretary, Tracy Bourgeois, and she's here now. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, everybody.
Where are you from?
I'm from Dartmouth.
Oh, great.
All my whole life.
And what are some of the things we're processing here?
Right now we're processing purchase orders for some squishy circuits and just stuff that the techs need.
That's awesome. And when we have, when a computer needs to be repaired and sent out for warranty repair, it comes through this office. All purchase orders, all licensing, all computers, new computers, all come through here. They're inventoried and collected before they go out for distribution. Accountability is the most important factor, and the details, and Tracy really keeps us organized and keeps us with our data properly documented. And right now we're going to go take a look at the server room. The magic behind technology a lot of times happens in the background. Here's an example of one of the server rooms that we have for the district. Chris, can you tell us something about these servers?
Okay, very good. Well, this one probably, this is called a file server. Basically, it's where what houses all of the home directories, where people save to, the remote drive or the U drive, so to speak. A lot more people are familiar with this. It also has a dual purpose to run the printers, so people can actually go onto their computer and it will automatically fire a printer out, and they'll have the printer be able to use for that purpose. This is the Active Directory server. It houses all of the accounts. Basically, I create an account here, and the person can now log in. They're given certain rights. They're also, within here, they can also be able to give them rights to their U drive or any other types of shares.
You want to mention two people that are out in the field right now, Charlie Payne, who is our technician who repairs all computers, and Bill Costa, who is our network person who takes care of all the networks. And behind me is an example of networks. All the wires that go to wireless access points where we get the Wi-Fi, as well as the servers and all the computers that are wired, come back to a unit like this. We've color-coded these for easy understanding, where green is printers, blue is computers, and so on. The yellow is the phones. These also house the phone systems, the security system, the cameras, and things like that. And there's closets like this and racks like this in every room, every building throughout the district. We have connection that goes throughout the town that connects them all together. And this is where the security and the transmissions happen in closets like this.